Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Collecting Glimmers again. I'm back with another video. This time, sort of some raw off the cusp. I've seen all of these Enchanteds come out so far, but what is a Disney dad who plays Lorcana with his kids but loves to collect trading cards for potential value, cool, awesome things for his kids long term? What do I think about most of these enchanted cards, sort of off the cuff from a collecting perspective? I hadn't seen a video out here like this on YouTube. A lot of excellent players, Spessy, other content creators, they do a great job of this is why this card is good, and this, ranking legendaries and different things like that. And I always enjoy that so I can learn more about the game. But from a pure collector's perspective, that's kind of that is my primary focus. I really enjoy the game, but I don't think I'm ever going to be good enough to win anything outside of maybe a set championship card one day. We're not taking this to the big show, guys. I got a mortgage to pay. So, what cards do I hope that we get in our packs in potential future trades? Not only to enjoy based on the IP, the characters my kids like, the ones that I think have more long-term collectability, and just kind of placing my soft bets that I can figure out and go back to in the future just by documenting this and saying, here's what I think is going to be the chase cards from this set. Here are some pretty good cards, but I might keep them for a while. I might not. Sort of that second tier card, the trade binder, which I love. It's you get the enchanted that you don't really care for, but then you use it in the trade binder to get one you really want. Love that strategy. So that's a third tier, and it's not a bad one. It's just not quite as good as pretty good. And then of course the bicycle spokes. Why did they make this card? Who cares about this card? And this is all from a 42-year-old dad of two's perspective. So take it for what it's worth. But we're going to use LorcanaPlayer.com here to give us the overall view. We've got 18 cards in the set, and then we're going to rank a bonus one at the end. So first one on tap here is Lady Decisive Dog. It's okay artwork, but quite frankly, not good enough for me and what I've come to expect from Lorcana artists. I don't want to dodge Juan Diego. It's nice, but somebody's got to... I'm sure this is quite playable. I get the Turner Dog is cool. I get that the guys from Rule of Villainy want the Scottish Terrier in the background. Love you guys, but this card doesn't look very good. And I would put it in the bicycle spokes myself, but I feel like there's still an appetite amongst some Disney people that say Lady and the Tramp's an okay movie. And we watched a lot of them over the course of my kids' childhood here, and then ahead of some Disney trips. So I like Lady and the Tramp, but I don't love Lady and the Tramp. So we're gonna put it in the trade binder because I think it's got some good appeal, but as a collector, it's not for me. Let's go on to the second card here. So we'll go to, again, shout out to LorcanaPlayer.com for these enchanteds here. But let's see if we can get. I don't want Hamster Ball. I want Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so. This is kind of cool. Very Dune vibe. At this point in my life, I like Wreck-It Ralph the movie more than Lady and the Tramp. Sue me, but that's how. So it's cool, but I think it also falls in the trade binder. I'm going to put it behind Lady out of respect for the franchise. Sometimes the franchise is going to take over here, but I'm going to put Wreck-It Ralph in the trade binder and hope that it becomes a cool playable if Amber Ruby ever really gets cooking. Okay, so we got Perdita now. If we're going to go in hierarchy of movies, I like Wreck-It Ralph and Lady and the Tramp more than 101 Dalmatians. It's honestly one of the movies that resonates with me the least. And I've owned two dogs, actually many dogs. I've owned two dogs in my adult life, more as a kid. I love dogs. But if you're going to ask me in terms of IP, tradability, I don't think there's much. I don't think there's many 78-year-old women collecting Lorcana cards, and I feel like that's who it appeals to. Maybe your puppy dog deck people. Shout out to the women collecting Lorcana though. Like aces if you are. It's usually a sausage fest when I go in the LGS, but I've actually made some really good friends. Shout out Leanne, if you happen to watch this, love you. So, anyways, bicycle spokes though, as a trade collectible, something's got to give, and if we're gonna put lady in one dog on top, the other one goes on bottom. So that's where I stand with that. I'm probably gonna get, if anybody ever watches these videos, which they don't, but if they did, oh boy, I'd probably kick up some controversy. Anyways, it means no worries. So there have been very, very few action, song, or item cards that have gotten any play in the collector's community. In fact, I would say nary a one. Because the only reason that Along Came Zeus is quote unquote expensive, or has been in the past, prior to the announcement of set rotation, is that it's awesome to play in certain decks. It's the art was good on that. I'm warming up to Hercules. I missed the boat on some of these movies, but anyways, like I like it actually. Like anyways, don't love it, but like it. But I think that card is sick, and the art looks amazing with the Thunderbolt coming. Like, come on. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So, in that same vein, I think that this card is gorgeous. My favorite movie of my childhood often waffles between Aladdin and Lion King. That's no surprise for any man of my age. But this is beautiful. I really like it. I saw some commentary on my buddy Mike from Cardboard Kingdom there. You should absolutely check out his YouTube channel. If there's any chance you're watching my video, it's probably because you know he and I have become internet friends in this. But he does a great job of profiling these things and being like a really long-term collector's view. But we have a Discord that we chat in his thing, and some of the guys like the guys and gals. They like the legendary artwork more than the enchanted. I don't know about that. I'm not really sure. But either way, I'm having a hard time ranking an action, song, or item card or a location. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that this set. But like, I don't know if they can ever be chase cards. In fact, I would argue that they can't be based on history. But this one's pretty good. So I have a feeling it's going to sit near the top of this second tier. And, I'll do a one scan at the end, though. But, like, if there was ever an action card that I've come across so far that has a chance at being in the chase card tier, I think is this guy. Okay, so let's go on to our next one here. Maybe speed it up a little. I don't think you want to listen to me forever. Bambi Little Prince. I will say I think this card looks really cool to play. I don't exactly understand how the mechanic works of when an opponent plays this character, return it to your hand, because they're going to play characters almost every other hand, or it's going to get banished by an action or a song. But I do, if there's a way to protect this card, or if there's a way to flip it in and out to keep getting the lore, bounce a snake, fox. We don't know exactly what the package is going to be, and if there is going to be a bounce package that stays in Amethyst going forward. So, but I like this card. I think the art is really nice. I think a lot of people like that Bambi is in. I enjoy Bambi more than Lady and the Tramp, but and it's a good flick. I don't think it's a chase card though, but I do think, after talking trash and saying that the Lion King one was going to be above this one, I actually think Bambi will be more collectible than this Lion King card going forward, so I'm going to give it the top of pretty good. Let's take a look at Kuzco here. Another movie that I'm trying to get into. When you play this character, each opponent chooses one of their characters and puts that card in the bottom of their deck, then each opponent may draw a card. I don't know if that's good or not. The art is very vibrant. It's very cool, colorful. I do like it a lot. For me, and for your average 42-year-old male collector, maybe the 32-year-olds feel differently. I feel like this is a generational thing. You crazy kids, maybe you really get into this card. But for me, I'm going to put it in the trade binder. But I am going to slot it behind Lady because I think she's got a little bit more trade appeal, possibly just because of playability. The art is better on Kuzco. They're both minor-ish characters, but Lady gets the nod. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's see what we got next here. Mother Gothel. Mother knows best. So I like Mother Gothel as a playable character in Emerald a lot. Really enjoyed using her at certain points, especially when I was making my way and first starting to find my way into set champs and stuff in January there. I would play her in my green-blue deck. I don't know how this one got ahead of it, so we're going to look at Mother Gothel. This art's okay. This character is not highly collectible. It's near bicycle. It's bicycle spokes. It's bicycle spokes, I think. I think it's bicycle spokes. I think I'd rather have the 101 nobody, I don't care about dogs, than the mother who treats her blonde-haired daughter very poorly. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we can end on that for Mother Gothel. So she hits the bottom. Mirabelle, fantastical and magical. Cool card. Mirabelle has a bunch of cards. None of them particularly playable, but between her set champs card, her enchanted card last thing, purple amber might become a thing eventually. It's a Sing Together 9. I think people don't care about this deck. I think that it's going to take a while for it to catch on. I am going to put Mirabelle. Mirabelle goes ahead of the dog. Yeah, it's still bicycle spokes, unfortunately. There's more down there than I thought. This is good. It's a good set. I guess I'm just very discerning with my taste. Let's see. What do we got next? Okay, so we'll go into the unknown next. The frozen bump is real. And let me take this time to reiterate again that I believe that Elsa should not be the most popular or the most valuable enchanted card in Lorcana. I think that's incorrect. But this is from the perspective of a 42-year-old guy. Like, if I can sit on my horse for a second here, like, I do believe that my generation has the money. And I think we're the ones that are actually making the risky plays in thinking that Lorcana is going to become collectible. So I think Elsa resonates with us only for our children, but quite a bit for our children, but they don't have the purchasing power. I think Elsa's too popular right now, and that maybe she should have been the quote-unquote Charizard later on. I think Stitch is the Charizard. I don't get it. Like, when I look, Stitch appeals to boys and girls. Boys tend to collect this kind of stuff more than girls. That's all I'm saying. If this becomes a worldwide phenomena, like Pokemon, then Elsa has every right to challenge Stitch. But Stitch is, I hate this term, it's gender neutral, and it's like, it's a lovable animal, and it works. So I think Stitch is the Charizard. I think people are getting this wrong, but I digress. I'm just an old man when it comes to this. But I do think that this card, I think it's really cool. I think it's playable. I think people like playing Amethyst. They like playing Sapphire. The combination seems to be getting good support. If it's the Frozen franchise, I absolutely think it has an edge on almost every other action card. And I think that this is our first chase card, actually. After talking all that trash about Frozen, I actually think that this will fall towards the lower end of our chase cards, but a chase card number. I like working this through with you guys. Rapunzel, High Climber. Well, I think Rapunzel is very much like Elsa. She probably doesn't have the mainstream. Frozen seems to get a little bit more love. It's probably because it's a newer franchise. They could build on it through sequels, whereas Rapunzel is a one-off German fairy tale. Okay, as I say this, like, I think Rapunzel has very high collectability in Lorcana because she's the first. She, to me, is what has carried competitive play and the Lorcana value up until very recently. Until she was getting rotated out recently, her card was more expensive than every other card out there. It's the reason I've never played Steel Song is because I refuse to spend $50 to $60 US. That's what, $1,000 Canadian? No, like $80 to $90 Canadian per card. Like, I'm not investing, for me, $300 to $400 into 4 cards. I refuse to do it. I'm not doing it, especially ones I'm going to bend and shuffle. Like, no, no, no way. So I've never played Rapunzel, but she carried Lorcana as like the cat's meow card. So, and this one, although not as playable, is her first Enchanted. I don't think people have caught on enough to the DLC promo. It's not shiny, but it's super, super sweet. And I'm so glad I picked one up via trade this year, because I think that that's just a massive card long term. But I put Rapunzel ahead of Elsa's song card right now, because I think that character cards hold weight. It's like the difference between base cards and inserts in sports cards, for my sports cards fans out there. I think you take the base card over the insert of the rookie every time. And this is Rapunzel's rookie card in Lorcana for Enchanted. So let's see. What do we got next? Captain Hook. I am very excited to try this green steel pirate deck in set 8. I've been getting a little stale on my green blue. And I'm really stoked about trying this out. And this card is one of the linchpins of it. There's no chance I would ever play the Enchanted. Those of you who play Enchanteds are insane. But I don't think you're bad people. I just think you're nuts. So, but a cool card, a C-list villain, not a D-list villain. But it's not like a bicycle spokes villain. But like, I don't think on any planet we can say this is not as big as Lady. This is a trade binder card, especially because it has, people might play green still, and they might find a way to do this with the Pirate Pete, the Shift Pete. Maybe people will lean more into the Pirate. They're reprinting Captain Hook Duelist, so it's a good forceful duelist. It's a great shift art. No, trade binder for sure. It's almost pretty good, but no. In terms of collectability, trade binder. Final answer. Let's see what we got next. We got Wrong Lever. So an Emperor's New Groove. It's going to fall below Cusco, even though I think I've noticed there's an affinity for Kronk. Do people care about this more than Encanto? No, they do not. You go to the bottom, son. You know what? Get at me in the comments if you just absolutely think that I'm crazy on this. But I'd love to hear people's opinions, because these are I've seen these cards before, but I haven't really sat down and thought, what do I think about these cards? So in many ways, this is sort of my first real reaction outside of odds and ends post on the internet. So Lilo, Stitch's buddy. The art sucks on this. It's not bad art. It's just not. It's not as impressive as we just saw Captain Hook. Like, give me that 9 times out of 10 over this card. As a pure aesthetic card, we're just talking the art. We're not talking about like, it's just, this is too simplistic for what I've come to expect from Lorcana. This feels like the art of set 2. And I'm not good enough. It's not good enough. So, with that in mind, this becomes a trade binder piece. And I'm going to put it behind Captain Hook just because I made that call. It's a trade binder piece. You should do well. There should be tons of Lilo fans. But this is not the card from that franchise that I want from this set. Mushu. Okay, so Mushu has been very sought after from the community at large. I really enjoy the Mulan movies. I like what they're doing with Ruby Steel as a interesting, like, they have a lot of characters. It's the same kind of synergy I'm seeing with the Baymax franchise in Green Blue. I'm seeing with the Mulan franchise in Steel Ruby. So I do like what's going on here. I think he's been a highly sought after character. They teased him the first, they gave him like a super rare or rare the first set. It's still a high value card. People love Mushu. Mushu is a chase card for some. It is not for me, but I will acknowledge that Mushu, I think, goes between Rapunzel and Elsa. I think that's fair. I think that's an objective view of the little dragon. Getting through the final couple here. Got the Sword of Shan Yu. exert one of your characters and exert the card. Ready chosen character. That's it's cool for one cost. I do kind of like that. I do kind of like that. That feels like fun playability. That's what is that? That's Ruby. I like this card more than most of the other cards. It's not very collectible. It's just a sword surrounded by sand. Uh, I think it's better than Mother Gothel, but I don't think it's better than the dogs. Man, I'm being so harsh on this. We're gonna have to tinker a little bit here at the end. I might. I hold this. I hold this game's art to a high standard, and I think there are some great cards. This is the chase of the entire booster box experience. I don't see. Listen, Stitch has had the first card of any notoriety and serious money that I spent in Lorcana was the Stitch Rockstar prize card. I don't. I still don't think I love Stitch, but I love how much my kids love Stitch. It is some of the best memories I've ever had watching Disney movies, being at Disney theme parks, dining at Disney World. A lot of that involves Stitch, and the kids got so hyped to meet Stitch. The Carefree Stitch Surfer card, I traded a bunch of playable cold foils at locals for an Enchanted First Chapter card, and I was tickled pink. I couldn't believe. Like, this guy probably thought he was swindling me to ice out his deck. I felt like I was like, what are you doing? Taking all of these $20, $25 cold foil. Who cares about Strength of the Raging Fire cold foil? $40 US? Yes, please. What are you? No. So I chase the real shiny, not the budget shiny. But that's fine. And Stitch is absolutely, in my opinion, the number one chase card from this set. I don't see how we can argue it, to be honest with you. But again, I'd love to hear you in the comments, or if, reach out to me on Instagram, Disney Dad Canada. Got a small little following of good friends so far, actually, in the community. Some local folks and all that really enjoy, doing deals and making trades. I'm really enjoying my time in this hobby, and that's why I'm engaging with this kind of stuff. This is fantastic card. It hits all the notes for me. It hits the art vibe is fantastic. I love the purple blue synergy on the screen. The sand is just the right amount with the scarabs and the rope. Raja looks badass in the background. I think everything about this pops, and I think this is a low-end chase card for this set. Yes, that's what I think. You might get bumped down. Okay, Desperate Plan. First of all, Raya is a great movie. Really, really, really like it. Like, one of those ones I never really watched until I had kids, but and I think it is more recent. That shows my age. But I seen it a few times now on Disney Plus. Really enjoy it. Desperate Plan looks like a very cool card. Cool art. Action. Is it not a song? Is it a song? Action, no song. Ooh. But that's playable. That's not collector cool. I think it's pretty. Yeah. I think it's. I think people would rather have a Dalmatian Perdita than a Desperate Plan from a collector's perspective, but I'm not sure if they're right to do that. But that's what I feel the general consensus is. So I think that brings us to the end of these cards, but we are going to get a bonus ranking of the, let's see, Reign of Jafar set a prize card. So we're going to take a look at this guy, and I actually think that this is just filthy. Like, what a cool looking card. Where is it here? Look at this. Like, for all the things I said about Jasmine, like, this man is the High Sultan of Lorcana, and you feel it in this card. You feel it. All the culmination of this entire journey of I think the lore is really cool, and I think they could benefit from like a TV show or a comic book or something that like gave you more than a couple of cards in that, all of a sudden they've started doing at the back. I know they did a few videos before. I think they could really flesh out this and make it really fun, because there's so much variability in the Floodborne. It's like I think they're wasting their talents by not making this a real story. Oh, by not developing this story more for the average man. That's what I'll say. But this card is right at the top. I don't know if it's better than Stitch. I don't know if it's better than Rapunzel. I don't know if it's better than Mushu. Yes, it's better than Mushu. Are you kidding me? Like, this card is the best prize card they've had since Rockstar Stitch. And between set 8 Jafar prize card and set 9 Maleficent prize card, like, people are going to show up for these cards. Hopefully they won't, and they still think this stuff isn't collectible, because I feel like it's just too beautiful not to care for much longer for people who can't afford or can't justify or won't or balk at the idea of spending $15 on a pack of Pokemon cards. Like, what are you doing over there? This stuff is way more mass appeal. But anyways, I do think there's a matter of time in this, and it's why I've so heavily leaned into it. That, with the love of Disney that I've developed alongside my kid. I wasn't always a Disney person. I grew up in a household, the eldest of 5 boys. Like, this is a last 8 years of my life thing, where it's like, I love this stuff. So anyways, like, all right, let's go back and do a quick recap here, make sure we are where we are. Do we want Stitch? Yes, I still believe Stitch. I still think Rapunzel sets in there, but I'm actually now... Jafar card's better, but Rapunzel would cost more. Forget it. No, it's so tough. The price of these prize cards is a sin. Like, it's wild to me that they're so cheap. But anyways, Mushu, yes. Jasmine, I'm going to do some tweaking here. So All Is Found last set was another action card, and we're talking back-to-back Elsa's here. I don't know if the appeal is there for it to be a chase card, and for that reason, it's coming down and it's going below the Lion King, because I think that this is a hotter ticket right now. Again, we're talking from my perspective. This is all just pie in the sky. I am going to take Jasmine down to the top of the pretty good tier, because I think that these guys stand alone. I think there's going to be a value drop off here. There should be some playability to this eventually. There should be playability to this. There might be for these two. I think for this one for sure. I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. And I'm also going to bring up Lady into the pretty good section. She's going to cap it off, because I think I was a little too harsh on her. She was the first card out here. And when I think about it, I think people would come to your booth and buy this card in a couple years if Lorcana pops off. So I think the trade binder is good here with... Okay, so I'm going to put Lilo ahead of Peter Pan, ahead of Captain Hook, despite all of my gripes, because I'm given the what I think is the not good, the not enough art with Lady. I don't want to sound like anything's bad here. This is all great stuff, but I'm just, you're ranking it against each other. It is what it is. So I got to give Lilo her props as an IP and as a collectible card over Captain Hook. But I think that I feel good about these three here. And then to round off the bottom, yeah, I think this is good. We got 6 bicycle spokes, 4 trade binders, 5 pretty good cards, and then 4 legit chases. I think we're done, folks. I think we ranked this perfectly, and I'm so glad that you stayed until the end to join me on this Lorcana journey. Listen, if you have feedback on this kind of stuff, I'd be happy for you to follow along in the comments. I don't tend to publicize this too much, but if you happen to stumble across it, you can find me on Instagram, Disney Dad Canada. I love talking about this game. I love talking about Disney with my family and with my kids. It's honestly one of the most fulfilling and fun parts of my life, and it makes me feel like a kid again. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate you spending your time with me. All the best.